background, so keep that on. I want you to be comfortable.
Oh, thank you, Josh.
You're
nice.
Welcome. You're welcome. I forget what episode. This is 6, I think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to JSmith Plays the Yawhg episode 6. This is going to be a super amazing co-op adventure with some of my bestest friends in the world. At least I tell them that in my spare time. So today, I have with me, once again, his return to the Yawhg. It's Alpaca Patrol.
That's me.
That is you, and I'm glad to have you here, buddy. Next, we have big friend of the channel, Rockley Smile.
That's me also.
That's also him. And then for the first time, featured on my channel since the super stream of amazing adventures is Prescription Pixel.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I cannot complain at all. Are you familiar with the Yawhg Prescription Pixel?
No, not yet.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is I'm going to narrate a story, and you are going to be presented with some options to pick from. And so those, whatever you pick, is hopefully going to pertain to the story later on. It's kind of a RPG-like, but it's kind of like really kind of story-focused. It's interesting. It's neat. It's a whole lot of fun. So you're gonna enjoy it. And if not, then I don't know what to do with you. So
that would just be the end.
What's gonna happen here is we're all gonna take a person, and so I will allow you to check out the stream and pick first out of one of these characters. Yep.
Ooh. I will have 6 p.m. please.
6 p.m. Okay, the green man.
The big fat man.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
I'm in agreement.
definitely.
That was my first character as well. He's a good guy.
He's a really interesting dude.
We're
Nick,
all
you
one
haven't
and the
been
same
here
one.
either for the Yawhg, so I'll allow you to pick second.
What'd
Nick.
you say?
Nick.
What's up?
Nick. Rockley Smile.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Cut out for a second there. I'll take the pretty lady on the right.
Okay, you can have her. And Alpaca Patrol. Who would you like to be?
You know, I'm gonna be Blue Lady.
You're gonna be old Blue.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Blue Lady.
You're my girl, Blue.
I am.
All right.
I am. Quite old.
Okay, so let's start this off.
Got weird hair.
You do have weird hair. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. So Prescription Pixel, basically what it comes down to is that this whole game is kind of focused around like these first 6 weeks. And after those 6 weeks happen, something happens. And then you'll kind of see, and then you'll have like certain decisions that you make afterwards. But it's basically like the lead up to the Yawhg. You don't know what the Yawhg is, but it's happening. So Blue Lady is first, so that's Alpaca Patrol.
That is me.
Where
I'm
would
gonna
you-
go to the palace.
Let's go to the palace. At the
Do it.
palace, you could do administration work, or you can attend the ball.
I'm going to attend the ball.
Let's do the ball. You
Do it.
spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One
Yeah.
day, the court jester approaches you. Would you like to learn to juggle? He asks excitedly. I'll teach you everything I know for a small sum. Do you say sure for 1 wealth or no thanks?
I have 0 wealth?
Yes.
I thought everybody started with 1. Well, I guess I have to say no thanks.
Let's say no thanks. Humph, says the jester. He walks away disappointed. And that's it. Prescription Pixel, it is now your turn. You have the choice of go to any of these places, and you'll be presented with 2 choices. So you can go to the forest, the arena, alchemy tower, gardens, the tavern, hospital, or slums. You cannot go to the palace because Rob has already gone there.
Do you know me at all?
No.
Take me to the tavern.
Let's do it. At the tavern, would you like to bartend or drink?
Josh.
All right, we're gonna drink.
Yes.
You spend the entire week getting wasted.
Oh,
You
that's
gain
weird.
2 charm and 1 physique. One day, the tavern throws its annual dart tournament. Would you like to enter, or would you like to spectate?
Ooh. Oh, I'm charming and physical, so enter.
Let's enter. You sign up for the dart tournament, ready to prove your dart throwing prowess. You play the worst game of darts anybody's ever seen, and you come in dead last.
Well, hey!
That's it. So some of the choices that you presented go by what your stats are. So,
Sure.
for instance, maybe if you had a higher finesse, you might have done better in the dart tournament.
Okay, I understand.
Alrighty. This is Nick.
I would like to go to the gardens, if that's an option.
You can certainly go to the gardens. Maybe not so obvious. Would you like to landscape in the gardens or would you like to meditate?
I'd like to meditate, please.
Yeah, you can spend some time there. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. Walking past the pond one day, you see a fat little frog sitting on a lily pad. Please, miss, the frog begs. I'm not a frog at all, but an enchanted prince. If you could see your way to kissing me, it would break the curse and return me to normal. Would you like to kiss the frog or catch the frog?
Obviously, I want to just do the easy thing here and help him out, but I feel like, as is often the case, it's going to be a trap of some sort. So I'm going to catch the frog.
Let's catch the frog. You realize that a talking frog is worth a fortune and quickly grab for it. You aren't quick enough to catch the frog, though, and it leaps out of your grasp and swims away.
Oh.
You should have zigged when you zigged when you should have zagged or something like that. Anyways, it's me. I'm gonna go hang out in the forest, and I'm gonna chop some wood. I spend the week cutting down trees for the village. I gain 2 physique and earn myself 1 wealth. One day, I stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it's doing out in the woods. Suddenly, an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. Would I like to dodge it or punch it? I'll try to punch it, I suppose.
What's the third option?
That's it. Get murdered by it, I suppose. You try to punch the hand, but your blow just glances off of it. The hand then grabs you and pulls you through the thorns of the hedge. You lose 1 physique. The beast drags you all the way back to its lair and chains you up to a wall. It starts peeling layers of your flesh off of you, eating it in front of you. Then he waves his hand, regenerating the flesh on your body. This cycle occurs for what feels like years. The mental torment you undergo is unbearable. You lose 3 mind. The
This
constant
turns dark.
barrage of healing spells infuses you with raw magic, and you gain 3 magic. One day, the beast lair is attacked by another monster. You take this opportunity to escape. You push through the hedge and back into the forest. When you finally arrive home, you learn that you'd been only gone for a day.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
so
awful.
that's
Yeah, that
a
happens.
fucked up experience that you had.
yeah, so the Yawhg is interesting. There's like some good things that happens to you, and there's some really jacked up things. That's one of the more of the jacked up things that occurs. Regardless, they say that the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. All right, week 2, starting up again. Robert?
Hi. I'm thinking that I want to try to unleash the leeches, so why don't we go to the hospital?
Let's
Is
go
that
to
the Monk Valley girl?
hospital. Would you like to
Is that-
clean up or tend to the patients?
I believe it's tend to the patients is what I want to do.
You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, while in the maternity ward, you notice a woman about to give birth. The
Whoa.
baby she births is no ordinary baby, however.
It's a leech baby.
It could be. Its skin is pitch black and shiny, and its eyes glow like an orange flame. It wrestles itself from the doctor's hands and tries to fly away. "Stop that demon!" yells the doctor. Would you like to use your strength or use your magic?
Well, both of them are pretty shitty. So you know, I guess I'll go with magic.
Let's try magic. Let's see what happens. With a wave of your hand, you put a magical barrier blocking the exit. The baby breaks right through it and flies off into the night sky. So you just
That
unleashed
sucks.
the demon baby into the
Wow.
world.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Prescription Pixel.
Okay, I've got a lot to follow. I think I'll try and do some good in the slums, please.
Let's go to the scums. Would you
Slum?
would you like to pickpocket or fight crime?
Oh, that's tough. Well, I was gonna try and do good, so I think I'll pickpocket.
Okay, all right. Do goody.
You know, from the
pickpocketing.
rich and giving to the poor.
No,
Yeah,
you're stealing.
the
You
rich
spend
in
the
the
week
slums.
performing petty theft, prescription pixel. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One day while wandering the slums, you notice that the stones used to line the road seem to have a certain pattern to them. You don't manage to figure out the mystery, but you still feel pretty smart for noticing the patterns on the tiles. And you gain 1 mind.
Oh, very productive week.
That's weird.
Nick.
I'd like to go to the forest.
Forest. Seems like a fun place to hang out with hedge creatures. Would
Yeah.
you like to chop wood or hunt?
I like to chop wood.
Are we hunting? No, we're chopping wood. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village, and you gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, you stumble upon a dryad picking flowers in a field. Upon noticing you, she runs up to you excitedly. "Excuse me, miss, would you care to dance?" she asks. "I've been waiting to dance for so long, but nobody has been around to dance with," she sighs. Would you love to dance, or would you like to say, "I don't dance"?
I'd love to dance. I just hope she doesn't kill me in the process.
Alright, let's try dancing. She giggles and takes you by the hand. She starts humming out a song, and the 2 of you dance together in the middle of the forest. You accidentally step on her toes several times while dancing. And after the 3rd time, she stops you. She thanks you for the dance and limps off into the night. You practice dancing a little, and you gain 1 finesse.
That really all that happens?
That's it.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna hang out in the gardens. And
What a week.
So weird.
I'm
Yeah, he spent the
gonna,
whole week dancing and breaking that poor girl's feet
yeah.
to limp away.
I'm gonna meditate, and I
It's a
spend
necessary sacrifice.
I spend the week in deep meditation. I gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, an old woman approaches you. "I have a small pouch of magic beans. Would you be interested in purchasing them?" Of course I would. You spend 1 wealth on the beans. Later, you decide to plant them in a small, rarely visited part of the garden. It was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, and the air went still. Week 3. Mr. Alpaca Patrol, or Mr. Patrol.
Senor Patrol, actually.
Applecat.
Yeah, Applecat. You know, I know that this is, maybe it's a tired place, but let's go to the garden. And I
Let's
would
do
like
the
to
garden.
meditate.
Yeah, you want to meditate?
Oh, I'd love to meditate.
You spend the week in deep meditation, and you gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, while in the gardens, you notice a beanstalk. Would you like to eat it or water it?
I will water the beanstalk.
Let's water the beanstalk. If plants could express emotions, it'd let you know how delighted it was to be watered.
That's good.
Aww. It's kind of cute.
Description pixel.
Oh, hello. Ooh. Arena, please.
Yes. Would you like to compete in fight or bet on a fight?
Oh, I love a casual bit of gambling. I'll do a bit of a bet.
Let's do it up. You spend the week placing bets on your favorite fighters, and you gain
Shit,
2
that was
wealth.
a bad idea, wasn't it?
It came out. You got 2 wealth from that.
Lovely.
One day, in the middle of a match, a small baby with jet black skin and glowing eyes flies into the center of the arena.
What is it with this game and like demon babies? Where
This-
are they all coming from?
It's the demon baby
same
that
one.
Rob saw earlier.
Yep.
It came back.
Oh, it's the
I
same one, is
unleashed
it?
It's the same
Yeah.
one.
Oh, Rob, you're crap.
Sorry.
Fire erupts from his eyes, melting the flesh off of one of the fighters.
Wow.
That sucks.
The baby then shapeshifts slowly into our gargantuan horned demon.
Ah.
Before I go on a murderous
I'm sick.
rampage, will anybody dare challenge me to a duel? Asks the demon.
I am not getting involved in this.
So you have a couple, you can choose to challenge him or you can run away here.
What shall I do?
If
The
you were
choice.
a real man, you'd challenge him.
I've got a 3-inch penis, so
That's a good point.
you know what? I'm gonna run.
You're gonna run?
I'm gonna run.
Let's run away. You book it alongside the rest of the crowd. Just as you make it out, the arena crumbles to the ground, most likely killing everyone still inside.
Oh!
Well,
Wow.
no one can go to the arena anymore because Prescription Pixel is too scared to fight the demon.
Yep.
Oh,
Look at that.
sorry.
That was a rough day.
Nick,
I'd like to go to the palace, please.
let's do the palace. Would you like to do administration work or attend the ball?
I want to go to the ball because I can dance now.
You can dance if you want to. You spend the week attending fancy gatherings. And you gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day, you overhear the jester tell a joke to a group of people. Everyone laughs, but you didn't understand the joke at all. Would you like to ask for an explanation or try to figure out the joke on your own?
I love that the game has switched from massacre, murder, and demonic babies to a little social misunderstanding.
I'll go for asking for an
So
explanation.
far.
What was that?
I'll ask for an explanation.
Let's ask for an explanation. You approach the jester, asking him what exactly the joke meant. The jester scolds you at length about the dangers of explaining jokes. Something about puppies and them dying when you dissect them. You
Wow.
don't quite understand, but everyone around you starts laughing. Presumably, the jester has made another joke at your expense. And you've begun coming to terms with the fact that your sense of humor is lacking.
Oh no.
Being more
But I got
self-aware, you manage to exude an aura of confidence, and then you gain 1 charm.
Alright. I guess something positive came from it.
Something positive came. I'm gonna go to the alchemy tower, and I will clean the lab. You spend the week cleaning up noxious chemicals. You're paid 1 wealth for your labor and gain 1 physique and 1 magic. One day, all the alchemists decide to take a break from work and instead throw a cantrip party. One alchemist waves his hands and produces confetti in front of him. Another spawns a seemingly endless number of doves from his sleeves. Then all the alchemists turn to you to see what you can come up with. Oh, it's a complex trick, or a simple trick, definitely complex. With a snap of your fingers, you bring a chair to life. You sit atop of it and ride it around the room. Everybody is quite impressed, and I gain 2 charm.
Not as good as endless doves, but yeah, it's
It is no endless doves, but it's a rideable floating chair that it's alive.
Hashtag endless doves.
And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Week 4. Starting with Senior Patrol.
You know, I feel like I'm following you everywhere, Josh, but I want to go to the alchemy tower.
You're just following me, lingerer.
I do linger.
Would you like to
quite a bit.
clean the lab or brew a potion?
I would like to brew a potion because I'm a leader, not a follower.
Let's brew a potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You wouldn't have been doing this if I hadn't cleaned up before you, though.
That's true.
You gain 2 magic and 1 mind.
Yeah, I do.
One day, you hear one of the alchemists shout, "Eureka!" When you look over to see what he's done, you spot a small, previously dead ferret come to life.
Wow.
"I figured out the antidote to death," the alchemist explains. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers about slowly. Would you like to destroy that abomination or praise the alchemist's accomplishment?
You know, let's praise the alchemist's accomplishment.
after the demon baby killed the entire arena, that's how you're gonna
maybe the undead ferret can defeat the demon baby.
That's a possibility.
Alright, fair
Yeah.
enough.
"That's amazing!" you say, slightly discomforted by the ferret's presence. You didn't hurt the alchemist's feelings, and you gain 1 charm. Prescription
Priorities.
Pixel.
Well, I feel like after the boozing, gambling, cowardice, and thievery, I should give something back to the community. So I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Let's go to the hospital.
Here comes the leeches.
Would you like to clean up the hospital or tend to the
Leeches?
patients?
Well, I'll one of those things I'll be doing in less than 6 hours. So, clean up.
You spend the week steeling your mind against the horrors of the hospital, making sure it is as clean as can be. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, a patient comes into the hospital with sores that nobody has ever seen before. While walking by his bedside, he looks at you and rudely asks for a glass of water.
Looks like erythema multiforme.
It does, doesn't it? Now, would you like to give him water, or would you like to ignore him?
Give him some water.
Yeah, give him some water. You bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and then proceeds to spit it at you. The water hits you right in the face.
That's rather unpleasant, isn't it?
Yeah. After cleaning up, you scold the obviously insane man for spitting at you. That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards.
Ah, shit.
And then you gain 3 magic,
I did.
but you lose 3 mind.
Oh, okay. So
You're going crazy,
Time
girl.
episode.
but insane. That sounds both well, doesn't it?
Nick?
I'll go to. I kind of also want to go to the hospital, but can I even do that?
You cannot.
Oh, all right. Let's go to slums then.
Let's go to the scums. Would you like to pickpocket or fight crime?
I want to fight crime.
Let's fight him. You spend the week in a really sweet Red Riding Hood outfit, outsmarting and beating up criminals.
That's badass.
You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night, you hear cheering coming from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on dags, violently
Dogs.
ripping each other apart. One of the men spots
Wow.
you and asks, Prescription Pixel, can you read this line for me, please?
Oi, would you like to participate in our little betting game?
Thank you. Would you like to bet on the
Brilliant.
dog fights or try to stop the dog fights?
I want to stop the dog fights. That's cruel.
Let's stop it. You tried to convince the gamblers that dog fighting is wrong. Your words fall on deaf ears. Very quickly, they get quite angry with you. One of them walks up to you and pulls out a knife. You don't feel you've got the strength or speed to match this guy, and you run away hoping he won't follow. The greatest hero
Shit.
of all time.
Did you even get a choice?
I'm gonna go to, what do I have? Probably not much.
Go to the garden.
I'm gonna go to the palace, actually. And I'm gonna do
That's just
administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day, the king approaches you. "Excuse me, but you look like someone who I could confide in," he says. "I really want a prince to take over the throne. But, the queen and I aren't exactly active in the bedroom." He blushes a little. "Do you have any advice on how I could romance the queen, so to speak?" So now I could teach the king my ways, or admit I don't know how to help.
So to speak, like you're literally romancing her.
Yeah, I guess I'll teach him my ways. I spend hours drawing a bunch of diagrams and going through scenarios with the king. By the end of it, he's just as charming as you are, which is not very much.
Wow.
And he thanks you and hands you a large sack of coins as a reward, and I gain 3 wealth. Later that night, you get a sinking feeling that you might have actually made things worse.
There is so much docking in the chat right
At
now.
least he handed you a large sack.
When
That's
it
true.
arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong, or have we forgotten? Week 5.
Is this the last
All
one?
right.
This is not the last one.
Oh.
The next one's the last one. But this one, I'm going to go back to the garden.
Let's go to the garden.
Oh, I wanted to go to
In
Well, too
the
bad.
Oh, you just ruined her.
Yeah.
Would you like to landscape or meditate?
I would like to meditate once more, friend.
Let's meditate. Let's think on this for a little bit. You spend the week in deep meditation, and you gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, on your way home from the park, you come across a golden ring in the grass.
Ooh.
Would you like to sell the ring or wear the ring?
Let's, why don't we wear the ring?
Let's do it. Let's put it on. Upon placing the ring on your finger, orange glowing markings appear on the outside of the band.
Is it the One Ring?
The markings unravel themselves from the ring and swirl in front of you. They form into what appears to be a fully armored ghost, radiating a beautiful orange light. Praise
This
the
is
sun.
how I will kill the demon baby. Look at
Yeah, the ghost turns to you and nods before walking away. The ring looks good on you.
Well, what is it in you?
You gain 1 charm.
Wow, that's it. I guess that's all right. Anticlimactic a bit.
Prescription
Holy
pixel.
shit.
Where haven't I been? I haven't been to the palace.
You have not been to the palace. Would you like to do administration work or attend the ball?
Oh, I'm gonna do a typical girl. I'll go to the ball, please.
Let's go to the bull.
You're gonna do a typical girl? Nice.
I'm gonna do.
This is the typical girl picture as well.
There I am. Why are my knuckles red?
You're just, I don't know, you got red knuckles.
Punching dudes,
you
man.
punched the bouncer in the face after you said you're too big to come in here. But anyways, you spend the week attending fancy gatherings, and you gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. And over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
One day, the sores began glowing a vibrant blue.
Oh yeah, because the guy in the hospital's battling over me.
You feel your magical power grow even stronger while your mind slips further and further. You gain 3 magic, but you lose 3 mind.
Oh, have I got any mind left?
In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes up to you asking if you're alright. With only a glance, you set him aflame. Then, you let out a scream that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about reveling in your destruction. You black out. When you come to, you're at home in your bed. Your sores have faded and you feel like the disease's symptoms have passed.
Good. I've now destroyed 2
Yep.
places.
You have
2
one
places are
mind,
dead
though, so
because
that's
of you.
good.
I'm doing spectacularly well,
And
aren't I?
you also overthrew the government by accident.
And the people
All
don't
in
have
the
anything
day's
to
work.
go back on. Like, there's no fun times in the arena. Just don't destroy the tavern.
Yeah, you're
the
just
king-
a wave
king
of
had only
destruction.
Just got his mojo back as well.
Yeah, and he's dead now.
The
Thanks
king was
to
going
you.
to show the queen a good time. Now
Oh,
look
that's
what
too
I've
bad.
done.
You had a sinking feeling it was going to get worse.
In fairness, he didn't do much to stop the whole, demon thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably deserved.
Nick, where would you like to go?
What hasn't been destroyed? Let's go to the tavern.
Let's go to the tavern. You want to destroy the tavern?
Yeah, let's see.
Would you like to bartend or drink?
I want to bartend to see where that takes.
Let's do it.
With Pixel, we don't even need the Yawhg.
You spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth in tips and gain 2 charm. One day, while in the tavern, a heated argument erupts between 2 patrons. Soon enough, fists are flying and everybody seems to be joining in on the violence. Would you like to join the fray or break up the fight?
I'll join the fray.
Let's join the fray. You jump into the thick of the fight and let loose some pent-up rage on some unsuspecting patrons. You gained 1 physique through all the exertion. That's it.
Oh,
You fought.
well, that was quick.
You didn't lose, I guess. I'm gonna go to the alchemy tower. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the scums. I'm gonna pickpocket. I spend the week performing petty theft and gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One night, a man walks up to you. Excuse me, sir. You're feeling a little lonely tonight? He asks.
Oh.
For only a small amount of coin, I can make you feel good all night. I can say sure for 2 wealth or no thanks. Think I'm gonna
Go for
say
it, mate.
I'm gonna say sure for 2 wealth.
I feel like you should bang him.
You hand over a small sack of coins, and I lose 2 wealth. On your way to your house, you start about talking philosophy, history, magic, everything really. The 2 of you have an amazing conversation that goes well into the morning. You gain 2 mind and 1 charm. The man apologizes for the lack of sex, but thanks you for the chat. And he refunds you back half of what you spend, and you gain 1 wealth.
Wow.
What a dick, you just paid him to talk?
I gained things from it, I suppose, and, no sex. It's alright. But anyways, the Yawhg, it's almost here. Almost. Almost. Week 6. Last week. How do you guys want to finish out your weeks? Senior Patrol.
Senior Picard?
I was gonna say Pixel.
Oh, all right. I thought I was the
Yeah.
captain of the USS Enterprise. Now, here's the thing. I want to go to the garden because that beanstalk is still chilling there. But
wanna hang out?
I also don't want to go back to the garden since I've gone there so many times. But I would need an assurance that we see what happens in the garden from someone.
I'll go.
You'll go to the garden?
Yeah, I was gonna go.
All right, cool. All right, let's head on over to the hospital.
Let's go to the hospital. Would you like to clean up or tend to the patients?
Let's tend to some patients.
Let's tend to the patients. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, you hear spooky sounds echoing through the hospital. Yeah, that's really good spooky sound.
I'm spooked.
Soon afterwards, a glowing blue ghost floats down from the ceiling. She seems to be wandering around the halls aimlessly, howling out horrible noises.
Oh snap!
I was really hoping someone would start.
I'm a ghost.
She doesn't appear to realize that she is freaking everyone out. And you decide to do something about it.
Yeah, I do.
Would you like to talk calmly to the ghost or vaporize the ghost with magic?
Dude, wait. Let's see. What's my magic power?
They're both at 9.
They're both at 9. Okay. Yeah, you're thinking it's charm, not mind, right?
Talk calmly to the ghost. And you can mind it, the ghost to calm, I suppose.
I can mind the ghost to come. You know what? Let's go for talk calmly.
Let's go for talk calmly.
Yeah.
You approach the spirit and try to explain to her the effect she is having on the sick. She seems to understand what you're telling her and apologizes for bothering everybody. She walks through a wall and is never seen again. A doctor tosses you a sack of coins as a way of saying thanks, and you gain 2 wealth.
Yeah.
There you
That
go.
couldn't
Nice way to
possibly
say
have gone any better.
There you
Yeah.
go. Could have vaporized it.
You're just misunderstood.
A misunderstood ghost.
Ms. Pixel.
Where can I destroy now?
Oh,
They said you should destroy the alchemy tower
Should we go there
in the
then?
chat.
Alchemy
Up to
Tower?
you.
Yeah, go ahead.
let's go to the alchemy tower.
Looks big and destroyable.
Would you like to clean the lab or brew a potion?
Oh, let's place for a potion. Come on.
You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something soon, it'll explode. Would you like to throw it out the window or drink it? You wanted to blow it up.
Well, I'm very diseased, so
You are a diseased lady.
shall I drink it? Drink it. Come on. I think the overwhelming
Man up.
chat is
Put
drink
it in your mouth, the chat says. You drink. You quickly drink the potion. Your stomach acids seem to have quelled the potion's fury. You
Oh.
gain 2 magic. Hooray!
Oh, go me!
Crisis averted.
Oh, I
didn't
wanted to
explode.
explode. But can any of the characters die? Because
Nick,
I already promised Rob I'd go to the garden.
the garden.
Yeah.
Nick goes to the garden. Would you like to landscape or meditate?
Which one gets me to the bean?
Uh,
Meditate?
meditate.
I think it's meditate.
Attitude?
You spend the week in deep
Waldo Lang Schnitzeldong.
meditation. You spend the week in deep meditation. You earn 1 magic and 2 mind. You hear weird, voices every now and then, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
One day, you notice a glowing beanstalk in a corner of the garden. When you get closer, everything flashes white. The beanstalk transformed into a small gnome. Record.
That's great! That's great news!
The gnome thanks you for freeing him from the magical seeds. As reward, he offers a choice between the following. Blessings of the tangible or blessings of the cerebral?
What are my stats at right now? Can I look at them?
Mm-hmm, they're on the screen.
Okay. I might as well just pick a specialization and go at it, so I'll do the cerebral.
Cerebral?
Yeah.
You gain 3 mind. You gain 3 charm. You gain 3 magic. Hooray! Gnome Wrecker. I'm gonna go to the forest, back where I started. I'm gonna chop some more wood. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day, during your forest excursions, you stumble upon a swarm of rats.
Oh boy.
At first, you jump backwards in shock, but then you start hearing them conversing with one another. I almost didn't say that word. They call you over. "Excuse me, sir," one of them says in a high-pitched voice. "Do you think you might be able to help us out with something? You see, we're trying to elect our new leader, but it seems our votes are completely tied. We're trying to decide between Seedpaw the Vengeful and Blightooth the Wise," says the rat. Seedpaw steps forward. "If you vote for me, the rats will have a powerful leader, one who isn't afraid to take our fight to the enemy," proclaims Seedpaw. And then Blightooth sets up. "If you vote for me, good sir, I will lead these rats into an age of enlightenment," says Blightooth. Which rat do you choose? Seedpaw the Vengeful, obvious. Half of the rats roar with tiny applause. Blightooth bows his head and walks back into the mass of rats. Seedpaw climbs up to your shoulder and whispers fighting tips into your rear as thanks. You gain 1 finesse and 1 physique. The storm arrives in the night. By morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Are we past saving? So here's the end of kind of the game. It's not really the end. Here's our final decision, per se. So, you get to basically pick any of these roles that you would like to be after the Yawhg to try to reestablish civilization. So first, we have Senior Patrol.
Well, I think mind is my best bet, right? So, let's go for the doctor.
Let's go for a doctor. You take it upon yourself to help the sick and injured from the Yawhg. You're able to fix up most of your patients in no time at all. This means there are no more people to help with rebuilding the town. This helps the survival effort considerably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm that good.
Sweet.
Prescription Pixel, who would you like to be?
So am I looking at my kind of attributes and trying to make a sensible decision?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a lot of magic, so perhaps the Conjurer would be a good idea?
Would you like to be the Conjurer?
Yeah.
Alright, let's be the Conjurer.
Yeah.
You take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. With your magic, you summon supplies of the highest caliber. With little effort, you're summoning high-quality lumber and food out of nowhere. This helps rebuild the rebuilding effort significantly.
I'm a significant help.
You are. Nick.
Hopefully you rebuilded the palace and arena first, since you destroyed
Nah.
it.
Probably
No,
not.
no. We don't need government. We just
Nick.
Yeah, I was evaluating this whole time. I think the only one that makes a lot of sense at this point is to pick leader.
Yeah, you got a lot of charm.
Of course it is.
Nick
You
the
leader.
leader! You take it upon yourself to be the leader of the survivors. You expertly delegate and prioritize tasks. You give motivating speeches and act as an effective mediator in disputes. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. Hooray!
Yay.
And lastly, it is me, and I have wealth, magic, charm. Physique is 10, but I could probably get away with 7 wealth if I wanted to be the smelter.
Right. Rock leader smile.
Rock leader smile. I like that a lot. You know, I will be the smelter.
Smelt it up, Josh.
Or smelter delter.
Smelt away my wealth. You volunteer to smelt your now useless coins into building materials. Your former riches provide a wealth of metal for survivors to build with. This helps the survival effort immensely. You lose a lot of money in the process, though. And I lose 3 wealth. And I lose another 3 wealth. And so, we set about our tasks, once more living our lives. This time, in a way we might never have expected or even wanted. But in the end, we flourished. Towers once wrecked and ravaged rose towards the sky. Trees again took root, then blossomed. We all blossomed. And though it took a long while, and though it took a lot from us, our future is bright. Should the Yawhg ever return, we will be ready. So that's the good ending.
We actually won!
We won!
Rob,
How
we
the
lost
hell did you
twice at
manage
this
that?
game.
Pardon?
I was just saying, the 2 times I played this game, we've lost.
We've lost tremendously when we
Yeah.
played.
Well, that's
So
the
Rob,
pixel influence, guys.
there you go. The Yawhg changed you, probably for the better, Rob.
Yeah, it did.
With the town rebuilt, you decide to retake your role as a doctor in the hospital. There, you make friends with another doctor. The 2 of you do everything together. You're inseparable. Eventually, you decide to get an apartment and live with each other. Then,
They-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, they have apartments in this, like, medieval town? They
Yeah,
have
dude.
that?
Yeah, sometimes they throw little kids from them.
Wow.
Then, your friend gets married and everything changes. Their spouse has to move away to a new town, and your friend follows. You try to keep in touch by mail, but the letters start to come less frequently.
Oh.
You try to fraternize with other doctors. While they're all nice people, nothing can compare.
Oh, that...
That's so
Sucks.
unnecessarily sad.
Yeah, why did my ending have to suck like that?
Prescription? With the town rebuilt, you spend nearly all of your time in the alchemy tower. You try desperately to research a cure for that mysterious spiral sore disease that caused you to hurt all those people. All that time in the lab, beings taking a toll on your body. What time in the lab? Beings taking. All that time in the lab I don't know. Am I reading that wrong?
It's begins. They've just spelled it wrong.
Begins taking a toll. on
It
your
Yeah,
it
that
body.
begins
makes
to
sense,
take a toll. Yeah, it's just spelled.
That's hilarious. You notice spiral sores beginning to resurface onto your skin.
No.
Not
Here it
wanting to
comes.
repeat the past, you walk out to the docks and jump into the water. You swim out as far as possible, excuse me.
Have I got death by docking?
You have death by docking. A faint explosion was spotted on the lake that night. Some say it was a birth of the new star.
On a lake?
I deserved this.
Nick? With the
Alright.
old tavern owner dying in the Yawhg, you decide to take on the task. Before long, the tavern's busier than ever, filled with good music, games, and friends. Your tavern's doing so great that every other tavern in the area has closed down. You start a chain
Oh.
of taverns throughout the city to fill the demand. Each new tavern you open makes it more difficult to manage all of them. You begin enacting policies that make it easier for you to keep track of how taverns are being run. The taverns all start becoming bland and uninteresting places to be. But since you have a monopoly, you're still making ridiculous amounts of money.
Well, there's
that.
$0.
That's such a weird ending. Death by franchise. Jesus.
And for someone said Mick Lee smile. After the town is rebuilt, I go back to meditating in the park. You spend weeks at a time sitting in one spot trying to cross to another plane of existence. After years of attempts and self-sacrifice, I finally managed to cross over to the astral realm. I come to find that the astral realm is exactly like the normal world, except everyone's eyes are slightly smaller. You don't know how to get back home. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Yawhg.
Wow.
Art and writing by Emily Carroll. Programming design, writing by Damian Sommer.
That
How'd you
was
guys like it?
incredibly bizarre.
It's a lot of
man.
fun. I don't understand why it ended up being money hoarding, because like I didn't do anything about money the whole game.
Man,
It's
I
just
don't
kind
know.
of random.
It's
It's psychic. It sees what you're really like and
Oh no.
it's the
portrays
Yawhg,
it in the
man.
game.
I think it has something to do with just like what you did, or like how many times you visited a specific place. I guess.
Visiting the garden twice meant I'd become obsessed with money? That's weird.
Yeah, man.
I think you only went to the bar once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you very much, everyone, for coming out. Thank you, Prescription Pixel.
Thank you.
I almost called you Prescription Patrol. I'm gonna mess that up someday.
First,
Alpaca
Alpaca.
Pixel,
Alpaca Pixel.
and
Yeah.
Prescription Patrol. And Rockley Smile in the middle of it all.
Rock leader smile.
The Rock Leader Smile and Alpaca Patrol. Thank you all very much for hanging out. That was a whole lot of fun.
For
It was
sure.
great fun. Thank you for inviting me.
saw some new
Absolutely.
stories in the Yawhg.
Pardon me?
I said we saw some new stories in the Yawhg.
We
which
did.
Last time we
Yeah.
saw like the same thing twice.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of leeches.
Yeah.
New DLC.
Well, Damian Sommer, the dude who kind of developed the game, said that he's working on DLC.
Awesome.
Or just kind of like additions to the game. It's not really DLC.
Other paths.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But anyways, that's it for now. Thank you, everybody in Twitch chat and in YouTube land where this will eventually be uploaded. I love you. Goodbye.
Good night.
All right, so